You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
Hello all, welcome back. Oh, did I forget to unmute my mic? I don't know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Or welcome back to the stream once again, where we're back again in another Planet Coaster video. Yeah, with this time I are starting a new park. Obviously, I was working on the old park. I just wasn't really a big fan of it. I didn't feel it going anywhere. Obviously, all the rides were getting deleted, and I think I did forget to unmute it. But yeah, so I wasn't really feeling it. So now I'm going to start a new park. I'm going to do a challenge park. So as you can see down here in the bottom left hand corner, we have money. So now we can't just build whatever we want. We actually have to do some management within this park. And as you can probably tell from the title of this live stream, I have named it Sunnyside. So to start off with, I think I'm going to come in building a bit of like a river. Obviously we are very limited on money, so I'm not going to make it too deep, but I'm going to build a bit of a river entrance. And I've just wasted all of my money straight away. But I think they look cool. So I have a bit of a river going there, just like that. So this is on the hard mode, just to make it a bit more challenging. So if the park does fail, then that would be great, because I'm doing it live. So I'll fail in front of all of you guys. So we're going to start off now. Getting a loan out. See, we can do 10 grand loan and a 5 grand loan. We're going to need as much money as we can to start off with. Life of Chloe, hello, welcome into the stream. I hope you're enjoying your dinner while you watch my stream. What have you got for dinner as well? Because I did see you eating something. So first thing we're going to start off with, we're going to build a little coaster. It's only going to be a small one. For the first coaster, we needed something cheap and something that a lot of guests will like. So we can either go with the Schwarzkopf Lupin or just go with like a Woody. I think we're going to go with a Woody because they're usually quite good for the families. Like a lot of families will go on to wooden coasters. So we're going to start off here just building a wooden coaster, because we can build quite a big layout without it costing a lot, because they are quite cheap to build in this game. So if we just have it to sort of 100 foot quick up there, with the lift hill. It's Jessica. Hello, hello. Welcome into the stream. Back with another video in the stream. So let's start off this coaster by building it around here. And I'm going to sort of slowly just put it into a big drop. Just like this. Don't need to be too steep. Have it a sort of about max of 70 degrees. And then slowly. It's Spanish night tonight, so a mixture. Ooh, what sort of stuff is that? I'm really hungry right now. I really should have had dinner before I went on this live stream. I might go get a bit of chocolate. During the stream. Yeah, we're gonna start off just doing some traditional lift hill, wooden airtime hills. I'm gonna make it a very traditional wooden coaster. It just sort of goes up and down, up and down. I'm not gonna really make it like a modern wooden, just because this is gonna be like one of their older rides in the park. This is still gonna have quite a bit of speed going around here. Let's see. Well, I think that'll need a bit of banking, so let's just delete all that. Got to keep an eye out on the money. We're on about 10 grand, so far this coaster's cost us 5. So that's a bit concerning. I feel like I might start spunking this a bit too quickly. If need be, I can just make it a bit shorter. Shorten the layout on this ride. But these have been quite big drops so far, so the smaller drops. Salami and fritter and chippies. Oh, I could really do with some chips right now. I might make a chip sandwich in a bit. Chip sandwiches are so nice. You can't go wrong with a chip sandwich. But let me know as well, have you guys got any trips going on over the summer? Are you going to any theme parks at all? Or even just anywhere in general? Have you guys got any fun days out planned? Let me know. See what you guys are all got going on during the summer holidays. Here we go. So top speed of 50 miles per hour. Yeah, that's going really quick. Not unreasonably though. Although I'm going to put some brakes down, I think. I think going over here, this needs a few brakes. A few trim brakes. Chip and gravy sandwiches slap. Yes, they do. They are very nice. Or just a bowl of chips and gravy. That's always a nice one. Right, we're going to want this to run quite a few trains. Right, I'm going to move the station over, because I don't want guests entering that side. Chloe said, I'm going to Clacton with my best friend. Thank you very much. We're going to Clacton here together on Saturday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that vlog. Hopefully I'll be able to get some POVs for you guys. There may be an Adventure Island vlog coming out. I did record it. I just need to get around to editing it. But, yeah. My 360 cam that I just bought completely died on me. It just wouldn't turn on. Bought a new battery. Everything had died on the way to Adventure Island. So we ended up stopping to try and get a new battery to get it to work. And it didn't. So I've taken it back. Hopefully I'll get one that comes now that will work. So fingers crossed it will come by the time we go. You never know, this ride could end up getting RMC'd in a couple episodes time. Depending if my park is successful or not. I love how I said I was going to keep it traditional and I done like a massive overbank turn. But I'm gonna bring a block break up here soon. Or maybe not, we've only got 7 grand. That's cost me quite a lot of money. So I'm gonna sort of bring it in towards the brake run now. One final dip down. And then let's bring it up. And that will be the start of our wooden coaster there. Okay, this brake run's going to need to be long. This is going probably about 30 mile an hour. So that looks like a pretty good length brake run to me. And then we'll just connect it up. Look at that. Now let's give it the smooth. Let me know as well, guys. Are you hearing me all nice and good? Is everything sounding as good as what I would hope for it to? Oh, is the music too loud? Is, you know, all the usual stuff. Because you know how well I am at preparing for my streams. So this is going to be like the family coaster. Well, say that. It's a thrill. It's like 100 foot tall. It's quite tall, isn't it? But it's just got lots of airtime hills. I might run it on 2 trains. I might run it on 3. We'll just see how many guests like it. But I do hope for like Planet Coaster 2 that it'll work better. Like I hope guests will actually walk into the trains and not just teleport. And that like if you have more trains, it's going to cost more. And all things that. 13 says, "Hey oh, the game music backgrounds are overlapping." Are they? Let me. Wait one sec, guys. Yeah, alright, I'm going to turn the background music down. It is a bit loud, isn't it? It is a bit loud. It's only supposed to be going slightly in the background. There we go. That's a bit, sounds a bit better. Let me know if that sounds better now, guys. So now, there we go. We've now got our first coaster. So let's add... Why ain't it let me add 2 trains? There's a block zone there. This should let me add 3 trains. Why isn't it letting me? Did I put them as block zones or did I put them as tyre drives? Nope, yeah, block break there, block break there. What? Why is it not letting me? Oh, that was really weird. I don't know what that was doing there. That was really weird. Right, let's quickly build a queue line. And then I need to start adding in maybe a small flat ride. And then... I need to add in... Yeah, like some food, some staff areas. As this is all obviously with the challenge mode. This is what you've got to think of. You can't just slap things in. Which I do prefer challenge mode usually to sandbox. Because it just makes you think a bit more about the parks. I've just realised now I've just closed the chat off my phone. It's Jessica says, that looks really cool. Thank you very much. I think you misunderstood. The game soundtrack is playing over the music you have playing too. So I'm hearing 2 songs at the same time. There we go. I've turned the background music off now. That should sound a bit better. Thank you very much for letting me know that as well. And 13 says, looks like a fun roller coaster, by the way. Thank you very much. I mean, it's quite a big one for such a small park that literally just has a little lake. But I'm going to build this out into a whole kind of beachy area. As I'm not really going for like tropical vibes. But actually, yeah, I'm going to change the path. I don't really want a wooden fancy path. Not necessarily going for the tropical vibes, but it's called Sunnyside Theme Park. It's got to be sort of a bit high-spirity, isn't it? I'm going to add a flat ride in here as well. What one should we go for? Why does my phone screen keep turning off? Oh, that's why. There we go. So let's find... What flat ride should we go with? We can go with a Sizzler. Do you know what I find? I find that Ascendances, the SNS strut towers, they tend to do really well on the challenge mode. So I'm going to pop one of them in. And hopefully that will bring in a lot of revenue that we can then build a couple more. And then I might have this as like a food area. Have a bit of a food stall. So let's get some shops in. Start off with some toilets. I'm not going to go into crazy amounts of theming, but I'm going to put in some bushes and things like that all around. Just help attract guests more. As yeah, it does actually make quite a big difference. if you have like theming, or not, so it doesn't have to be theming, but just making it look a bit pretty does actually help on challenge mode. So like having bins out and all of that. Right, okay. So now let's get some seats going down, and maybe we should start letting guests in as well. Oh, I need to put an exit path here. Oh, and I didn't connect up the sentence either. We need a name for this coaster as well, guys. So pop down some name suggestions for the big wooden coaster, and then we can give it a name then. Right. Let's add some queue line for ascendants. I'm gonna make it 4 meters, just because a lot of guests can get in this queue line. Then try and cram in as many people as possible, and then make as much money as we can. I'm hoping Planet Coaster 2 keeps the challenge mode. Although there is the career mode as well. I've never actually played career mode. I sort of opened it when I first bought the game like 7 years ago, and I never really liked it. I didn't really get, you just have to sort of complete stuff, but then I didn't really play it enough to want to get into it more, so. Right, let's start letting guests in. Let's do a bit of marketing as well. Oh, let's get some more families. Because it's, and then, oh, we need to test this. No, we need to test it. Well, let's give it a quick POV then. Name suggestion for the coaster Woody. That's a pretty good suggestion. We can have that as an option. Let's see if we can get a few names in, and then we'll pick one of them. If not, then Woody will be the name for this one. That seems to be running a pretty good speed, I'd say. And going up the airtime hill, yeah. I think that's taking it at a pretty good speed. I think I put trims in a pretty good place. Kind of keeps the pace in throughout the entire layout there. And then comes into the brake run pretty quick. Yeah, I think that was pretty alright. That was pretty good. I quite like that. Right, we need to get some seating down. And we have like no guests coming in. I did just pause the game. Probably helps if I open up the wooden coaster. And yeah, let's get some seats. Let's go for the adventure ones. No, they blend in really. Oh my god, they're like nearly invisible. Let's just go with a generic picnic table then. Maybe not. I have run out of money. There we go. Let's open up our only coaster and just pray that guests are going to come in for it. There we go. That's what we like to see. Hopefully now they will make us a bit of money. Come on, guys, come on. And then once they get on the rides then, hopefully we won't be in the minuses. It's not very good. I've just started the park and I'm already in minuses. Did we open? No, we didn't open. That would be why no one was coming in. None of the rides were open. That will do it, won't it? But at least we've got some things going on there. Let's get an entertainer in as well. King Coaster. Come in and entertain some of the guests. And then once the money builds up then, and we come out of our debt, I can start putting down some seating areas, and then do a bit more theming, a bit of shrubbery around. But yeah, look at that. That seems to be pulling guests through. I think putting it on 3 trains is a bit extreme, to be honest. I think 2 trains would have been just fine. We don't really need 3 trains if the queue gets full. Not that I think you'd be able to run. Well, it can run 3 trains. So I don't know. Well, let's just see, shall we? Let's just see. Because obviously the more trains we get through, the shorter the queue times is, and the more attractive it is to all the guests riding. So we're still in minuses, so we've just got to wait for it to go up before we can actually really do anything. Alright, let's quickly name this then Woody. Thank you, Jessica, for naming the wooden coaster Woody. Them airtime hills will pull so much airtime. I think you're coming into the park, and that's what you see. That looks pretty good, I must say. It's quite a, even though we've just built it, it's a pretty good skyline with the two rides. Oh, people, at least guests are enjoying it. They're filling it up. I've obviously done something right. Building a wooden. Right, let's lower down our loan payments to the minimum, just so we can bring in a bit extra money, just to try and put in some seating area and theming it up a bit by putting in some plants. Yeah, just to try and, well, that's all I really had enough money to build. But yeah, it bring it up and it makes the ride more attractive for them to want to ride it. So come on, money. What have we got here? A milkshake and 2 foods. Right, I'm going to delete this food stall because we don't really need 2 food stalls and 2 drink stalls, but that'll do for the time being. Let's get some staff. Let's get a mechanic on site, and let's get a janitor as well, as there's some rubbish starting to form. As soon as, there we go, we've now got money. Let's build some bins, let's get some seats down and start working on some of the theming. And of course, as soon as I say that, we got back into minuses. Of course, typically just the way it is, isn't it? There we go, a few bins. Okay, let's pause it just while we've got some money. And yeah, chuck in some picnic benches, as this does help build the prestige of the park. They ain't gotta look pretty, they just gotta do a job, haven't they? How much are... oh my god, the picnic tables are £30. There's some fancy picnic tables, aren't they? Now we've just got to pray now that we're going to bring in some extra money. Let's get another marketing campaign going. If we get money. Let's get 2 going. Just to try and bring in a few more guests. I mean, we've got 355 guests at the moment. That's not doing too bad with just 2 rides. But essentially, as soon as we pay off one of these loans, we can then get another loan out. But yeah, that's going to take 10 months to repay that back. That's quite a long time in this game. So we need to try and figure out a way to make more money without spending money. Let's add in entry fee for the gates. Not loads, just £2 and £1 for a child. That's not loads and loads. Guests will happily pay that. I see. Yeah, they're happily paying it. So that each guest now that'll come in, that'll just bring in an extra £5–10, and if we get like 100 guests in, that's an extra 500 quid. So, but we'll sell prestige at prestige. We've got 9%, an extra 8% of guest happiness. Are the guests exploring? From Jessica, are the players exploring the park? Yeah, well, we've only got a small park so far. We haven't got much in this park. Do you know, I wish I could turn this light down. Because, like, if it's off, it just looks bad. But it's too bright at the moment. It's the only thing I don't like about my big light. It's too bright. It's overexposing my face. But yeah, so, yeah, they're visiting all around the park. So we've got good guests spreading around. It'd be cool if I could get some, like, water shoots going across here. That would, add to the look of the park. But with minus $300, pounds, whatever, we're not going to be doing that, are we? We just gotta wait for money to go up. Really, I think I shouldn't have spent that much on the wooden coaster. I mean, let's have a look at what is this costs going at. So it's lifetime profits minus £6 grand. That's not too bad, seeing as that does include the price of building it, and it cost us about 10 to build. So that's not too bad. It's bringing in some profit, which is what we do want to see. We've got Ascendance, that's bringing in some profit as well. What's the ticket prices on these 10? Let's change up to 15. See if guests will pay it. Yeah, they seem to be happily paying it, so that should be bringing in a little bit extra as well. So, right, great. Multiple marketing campaigns cancelled because of lack of funds. Not what we want to see, but let's see. Security. We don't need security yet. Our park's a bit too small for security. But yeah, we've got stuff going on. 13. The guests are randomly generated, and sometimes your Steam friends profiles. Do you know, I have seen that. I've seen a few of my friends' Steam profiles guests come in, like as guests. I have clogged them a few times, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see that is a little hidden gem in the game. But yeah, the guests are all randomly generated. So once we get some money, come on, money. This is the one part of challenge mode I don't like, is when you do start out, you are waiting for money, and then as soon as you can build more and more rides, you just earn loads and loads. But sometimes it's hard to do that, because if you build the wrong rides, then guests won't ride it, and then you can end up losing all of your money and the park failing. Just what I like is it's not guaranteed to win. If you do like it on easy mode, you're pretty much guaranteed to not lose money. You just be earning and earning. But when you have it on the harder modes, there are parks that I've had that have failed because it's not guaranteed that the park will stay open. You may lose money and then there's nothing you can do because you're just always in the minuses, so you just end up giving up on the game and not starting a new park. Let's find some bushes and plants now. I kind of want to have a bit of a statue in here, maybe. But with the amount of money we've got, I won't be able to put that in right now. But I might sort of just start building round in the plans of putting in something. Maybe like a fountain or something like that. That would be pretty cool if I had a fountain going in the middle there. Now I'm out of money. Great. I guess it's all kind of queuing for this. I think it's just because it's gone 3 trains, it's just eating them all up. It's a guest eater. I just really hope that we don't fail on the first episode. I mean, that would just be embarrassing. I mean, to be fair, we're only half hour into the stream. So it's about 25 minutes of building the park. Just trying to get into some of the stuff. So it's not too bad. Have we still got the janitor? We've still got the janitor there. And King Coaster's happily wandering about the staff building. I'm gonna change the capacity. Oh no, you've got to pay to change the capacity, ain't you? Yeah, we can't do that. We're out of money. We can't do that. I need to get some marketing campaigns on to try and bring in some more people. Let's see, what is the loan at? Pretty much, there's not much we can do until we pay off the loan and be able to build another ride. Where is the loan? Oh, there. So you've got 7 months left. That's quite a long time. Quite a long time. So let's see what our guests are thinking about this. Queue was quick, and it's had nearly 1,000 guests. What about the Ascendance? Really plain looking queue. So yeah, this is what I mean. So it will affect the guest rating, but I think I might need to make the cycle a bit shorter, because the cycle is quite long on this at the moment, and that means then it's not getting through as many people. We're not making as much money. We are currently losing people out of the park. I'll show you a little trick I do. If you pause the game, say you pause the game, you can then delete this coaster. That'll give you 6 grand. You can... Oh, we can't add a loan. You can then do your marketing to bring in more guests. In fact, I'm not going to do these ones. Let's do the phone ones. And then you can press Control Z. And then your coaster comes back in. And then, obviously, if there's no queue in it, you don't lose really any money. If there's a big queue, you will lose all the money from the guests in the queue. But if you have a small, not really popular ride and you don't really want to get rid of it yet, and you need a bit of money for marketing, and there we go. Now we've got some more guests coming in, which will boost up our money. The marketing campaigns we've got going at the moment are going to cost a lot. So I'm going to just delete them too, and now just keep this last one in, and hope that'll bring in a few more guests. As we are still currently at about 300. So it's all coming in and coming out. Keeping it consistent. Oh no. The bench is broken. Oh, and this is broke down as well. So that's going to be quite a bit of money gone. But while it's broke down, I am going to shorten the cycle of it. Just so then we can try and get through more guests and get a bit more money. Because if we halve the cycle, we could theoretically get nearly double the amount of guests through. And guests don't like to queue that long. So is the mechanic on the way? Oh, I've got to test it now. Okay, if we just stop guests leaving. Tell them they're not allowed to leave. Oh, this isn't really looking good, is it? It's not looking. I'm minus £4,000. This is not looking good for a successful park. Let's just try and pay these loans off as quick as we can. Even if we end up in a load of debt, we can still then get the loans out again. And even if it gives us a couple grand, we can open up a new ride. And hopefully get more people in. But I think I might change this to 2. Okay, it's broken down. Oh yeah, that's not looking very reliable. Okay, let's change the inspections list to every 10 minutes. Get the mechanic to come and... Where is he? Let's move him up there. Oh, he's on. Right, I'm going to change this to 1 train. Try and bring down some of the operating costs. Oh, 2 trains. I think 2 trains would be better. And set the minimum distance. And, I'm going to change it to 35 seconds. Just to stop it. Stopping at the top of the lift hill. Which is still going to do. Oh my god, we're minus £6,000. Can you put a fence to stop them from leaving? I so wish we could. I so wish we could. But, I mean, it's kind of gave me a bit of tropical island vibes. If you sort of squint, you can kind of see it. Oh my god, we're nearly £7,000 in debt. Obviously, we have boosted up the monthly payments, so they're taking a lot of money out. But there's not really much I can do. We've got 50 guests in the park, which is nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I'm really not doing good at this. I'm really not. I ain't got money to do marketing. I can't do nothing. I just sit here. How are you guys doing? Oh, my face is not here no more. Why is my face not there? Just have to stick to this scene. And how are you guys doing? I'm doing really good. I'm building a crashing amusement park that's nearly in £8,000 debt. Oh god, I don't think I'm opening an attraction anytime soon. Oh well. Oh well. I've paid nearly £3,000 in interest though. That's mental. That's a lot of interest. And I'm interested in getting that back. I don't think I will be. Okay, I need to make an extra £3,000 a month with 100 guests. I don't think that's really going to be happening. Oh, the wooden's broken down again. Okay. That's reopened. Right. Let's delete that. Delete that. And I'm still in debt, so I can't even do any form of marketing at all. I can't do nothing. I've never ever done a challenge park this poorly before. I don't know what's gone wrong. This is so bad. This is actually terrible. How have I failed this badly? I just want to get this paid off. Yeah, this is bad. I think it's because I've tried paying this off too quickly. I think that's why. I need to make an extra £3 a month to break even. Oh my god, I've still got £3 left to pay off on this. I'm gonna pay this off and still be in debt if I take out another loan. Oh, I don't know what to do. Actually, I kind of feel like I'm gonna have to just restart, but I can't because you just can't. Woody, okay, they're starting to think it's expensive now. Let's change it to £10 and try and attract more people on there. Lifetime. How has it gone from like £6 profit to now -8? This has cost me a lot of money. That should be in... Okay, well that's not on. I'm just not doing good. I'm not opening rides. I'm not building nothing. I'm really not doing good in this park. Guess I've come here for a somewhat good ride, but I've not got nothing. Come on. Bring in some more guests, please. Okay. Oh, we're starting to make a bit of money. It's going down. Slowly going down. I've never had one go this wrong before. We're getting more guests in now. It's starting to look positive, guys. It's starting to look positive. We are now making a bit of money. The debt is starting to clear. As soon as I take out this loan, then I can retake it out, and then we're good. We should be able to start building something new. Eventually. So what do you think we should add next into this park once we do get a bit of money together? We shouldn't be too long now. We're making money. We're not like losing nothing. Once I take out £10 alone, we should have some money to start playing around with. What do you think should be added next? Should we add another flat ride? Should we add another coaster? I probably wouldn't add another wooden coaster, but we could add a like small Sierra family or even a shuttle coaster. They tend to do pretty good as well. So what do you think we should add? Jessica, I want to get on a wooden coaster. I do quite like wooden coasters a lot. I do think Wicker Man was quite overhyped. But then I've only ever had one really good ride on Wicker Man, and that was after it had just rained. And that's the best ride I've ever had on there. Megaphobia at Oakwood. I haven't been on it in a very long time, but I do remember that being quite good. There are quite a good few wooden coasters in the UK. There's quite a few actually. You've got one at like Dreamland. You've got one at Great Yarmouth. You've got... I can't remember what other ones there are. Obviously, there's about 10,000 at Blackpool. So, there are plenty of wooden coasters to go on. Come on, we've got less than a month remaining on this loan. And now, if I take the loan out, I still won't break even. Oh. We're kind of flickering around the £10 debt. How has this gone from like £1,000 to now like 10? I'm really not doing good at this. I'm really not. Oh god, I thought this was going to be a very good, like... Look guys, I can manage a theme park, and somehow it's not gone like that. And now I need 3 trains on here. And I took off 3 trains. Oh, this is really not going good, is it? This really isn't. Okay, we nearly finished up paying off this loan. £400 left. And as soon as we stop paying that off, then that's £2 a month extra we get. So it'll be £2 less a month that we have to pay. So that could really be cleared in like 5-6 years. Nearly. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see how much, if it does actually make any difference. But if I don't pay it off. £40, £30, 20, 12, 5, done. and I'm in 11 grand debt. Now let's see if that starts to go down at all. Because theoretically, it should do. Next month at Adventure Island, I'm looking forward to the coasters and getting some flat rides. Except Rage. Rage is really good. I promise you, it is a really good ride. It is. It's not scary at all. It's really good. I can 100% promise you that. Right, let's take out a loan and then let's put these both down to 0. So we pay the bare minimum. And hopefully now we can start making some money. Let's see, is our money situation changing? If not, then I think I might have to just add some money. I might have to do that. Because this is not how this park was supposed to go. And just, I think I'm gonna. I had a thought. I think I cannot do it. You can do Rage. I promise you, you can. It's not that bad. Right, we're just in the constant minuses. I'm gonna quickly sort out this one so you guys can see me.
I can see you from behind. You can hear.
I just wanna. I wish my streams would be more like prepared. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Let's make you bigger now. There we go. Right in the middle. Right. Let's quickly do a little trick that I've got, just to give me an extra 100 grand, just so we can actually do something. I don't want to sit here on a live stream and not be able to build coasters because it just did not go the way I thought it would. I was expecting to go somewhat better than that. I've just quickly smashed my camera screen, haven't I? Right, I'm just staying in the park, I'm going to close it up, and then we're going to try for round 2. It's just a curse there. I think I might have a panic attack. It's really not bad. It lasts like 30 seconds. It's not long at all. There's a lot worse coasters in the UK. I mean, you want to do stuff like Colossus. Colossus is one of the worst in the UK. I definitely think. There's definitely a lot worse coasters in the UK that you could do. Soul's really bad. But range, it's like 38 foot tall. It's really not that tall. Obviously it's quite steep. But let's add to it. Right. Let's just add some money.
I'm coming closer.
Reopen that coaster now.
I will
Okay.
get you.
Money in. Yeah, I don't really want to be sitting here on building a new park on Planet Coaster and failing as bad as failing as bad as what I have been. But what are your guys' favourite coasters as well in the UK? What's your favourite? Let me know. I'd like to know what your favourite coasters are. Mine would probably either have to be Hyperia. I really do like Hyperia. I like Smiler. Smiler's a great coaster. I do like Stealth, but I feel like I've done it so much now that I don't really feel the intensity of it. I mean, I think that I've went on Rita and I found that more intense, which is insane because it's nowhere near as intense. But where I haven't done it so long, you know, where I haven't done it in so long, it just makes it feel, you know, a bit less. Do you guys know what I mean? I do Stealth so often. It's just because it's the drop. Yeah, the drop is fun. It's over with in like less than a second. It's such a short drop, you don't really feel it. Whereas Hyperia's drop lasts for like 4 or 5 seconds. So, Themepark 2030. Please do not be rude or mean in the comments. Yes, please do not. I know who you are. We've seen it. I did try and delete your comment because this is a PG channel. It's Jessica says, Mini Mighty Mega's your favourite coaster? I do really like it. I think it's quite underrated, but then I quite like the small, compact coasters. Like, I really like Rattlesnake, which a lot of people don't, but it's probably one of my favourite rides at Chessington, because you just get flung about. and it's like the old ride that was at Clacton Pier. I really like that, and even the new one, when I done it for you guys, rough, but it's fun. Alright, we're now back inside, and I have now got some money. Let's just not talk how I went from 10 grand debt to now having 100 grand. We don't talk about that. We keep that to ourselves, and we say that I was good at this game and that I earned it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just pay off the loans, just like that. And now I'm going to build some more. The drop felt longer than it felt. It does feel. See, I think I'm seeing it from a different side, because I go on rage all the time. But then when I went and ventured around the other day with my friend, she was terrified to do it, and she just went straight on it. So my best advice is always to just do it. I don't think she would. We just went there and she went, we're doing it now. And we got straight on there, and she quite liked it. We didn't do it again, but she did quite enjoy it. Right, let's build a second coaster now. I'm going to put in a shuttle looper, as they do also tend to do pretty well in challenge mode parks. But I don't really know. Don't talk to me. As you can clearly tell, I am not good at this game. Right, I'm just going to bring it straight into a lifter. I'm not going to have it be shuttle. I'm just going to have it as a normal coaster. But I'm not going to have it really big either. I'm going to have it about 80 foot. Look at that, perfect for 80 foot. Now let's get some heart lining going. I don't want it kind of... I kind of want it to kind of twist around here. Because Schwarzkopf coasters tend to be a bit awkward and janky, don't they? So I'm going to try and make this a little bit awkward and janky. I don't want it to be super smooth. Although obviously I will smooth it. It's just because if I have the courage to ride it, I will just hold my breath when the drop comes and scream into it. It's good. It is really good. I promise you, rage is good fun. But I kind of see how it could be scary. It is a steep drop. It is quite a steep drop. I think it's like, what's it, 100 and something degree drop. Yeah, that looks like a pretty Schwarzkopf looking drop there. But it is good, I promise. Now let's add in their famous clothoid loop. Let's add in two. I'm going to re-angle this actually, because I don't like the angle of this. I want the loops to sort of be facing the guests, so they can sort of see what's coming on. And I'm going to kind of bring it up around here. Let's start it testing and see how it runs. I feel like I might go into this a little bit too quickly. You'll hold my hand if that's okay. That is okay. I highly much think that you will scream, and I will try not to laugh. But if you need to scream, scream, because I'll be very proud when you go on it. It is really good. Alright, let's see. What's the... Okay, that clearly clips are 5Gs, but then I do know that they are quite intense in real life. Not that I've ever been on one. Hopefully I'll get to Winter Wonderland this year and get to do Olympia looping. If that's going to be there. Because I'm sure it is there like every year. I'd really like to do it. It's fine if you laugh. I will try not to, but I probably will, because I just love rage. Although it would be cool if something else went there. Stormy said, great coaster. Thank you very much. I definitely managed to earn all this money naturally, building this park. Because we are doing challenge mode. So. Yeah, but this isn't really a typical Schwarzkopf layout, but I got the 2 loops in. I don't really know what their layouts are. The only one I've done is, I think the only Schwarzkopf I've done is the one at Pleasurewood Hills, and that was not the best experience because it kept breaking down when we was on it, and it kept overrunning the unload station, even though it only has 1 train. But I'm pretty sure when they got it, because it's like a third-hand coaster, I'm pretty sure when they got it, it did run 4 trains, and they just kept using the other ones for parts, and now they're left with 1. Right, now let's build a block brake so we can run some multiple trains. Like I said, I'm not gonna bang this turn because, like, I want to kind of make it a bit janky, a bit like Schwarzkopf coasters. Because this was going to be the start of the park, and they're not going to be able to really afford brand new like B&M coasters, are they? All parks tend to start off with these janky second or third hand coasters. Right. And now let's build down over the station like this. I'm going to try and squeeze in a pop of airtime and then bring it around here. And try and squeeze in a third loop. Although I think it might be a bit of a squeeze. And I don't even know if we'll have enough speed, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think we'll have enough speed. This is going to be so janky. Like, that is just going to be painful. But that's kind of what we're going for. So, at least I'm nailing it in that aspect. No, we managed to get it in the right place I want it. Oh no, it's a bit too far. I'll have to move it back, won't I? Because I want it in the middle of these 2. But I do not think it'll make it around the layout, to be honest. Right, okay, so we're going to need to level it off by the end of this piece of track. So let's just make this really small of that, because that can be smoothed. Let's try putting in a loop. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Let's actually make it 1 more foot wider. And then put in the loop, and that should fit in exactly where we want it to go. And I can start to bring it around into the station then. Okay, that doesn't go any smaller. I don't think that's going to make it. Especially if it does end up stopping in the block zone, that ain't ever making it. I'm sure if we set the block zone so it doesn't slow down trains at all, it might have a bit more hope of making it. If not, then I'll just have to mess around with friction controls. Right, let's see. Yeah, I really don't think it's going to make it. It's got quite a lot of track layout to go left. I'll be very surprised. No way it just made that. No way. That was so close. I will play with the friction controls, make it go through there just a little bit quicker. But that was like meant to be. That was mental. Now let's give it all a quick smooth, because it's very janky at the moment. And then get it back into the station and get it open to some of the guests. And then we need to put in some flat rides before then we build another coaster. I actually can't believe it made it around that. I'm going to need to play with the friction controls. I'm going to need to play with the friction controls and make it go through that just a bit quicker. But I'm very surprised. Right, now let's put in some airtime hills. Okay, I'm going to do my little delete track piece because it's starting to get a bit laggy now. It really annoys me when it gets laggy. That's something I'm looking for Planet Coaster 2. Is not having to delete pieces of track just to be able to make the coaster builder somewhat usable. Looking forward to the Twister ride next to Axis. If that's next to Axis. Oh, Pharaoh's Fury. Yeah, I love Pharaoh's Fury. That's a great ride. That's been there for years. To be fair, most of the rides at Venture Island have been 8 years. Do a little helix here. Where do you feel the most force on a roller coaster? So that depends. On Rage, the most force is after the first drop. But it's not really a forceful ride. But it depends. So on launch coasters, the launch is usually the most forceful part. On just a normal ride, it'll either be... Like here, the most force will be on the loops because they pull quite a lot of speed. So it does just depend throughout different layouts. On where the most force usually is. On here, I think, oh, definitely the loops. Right, I want this to run at least 3 trains. Even though I know some of these rides in real life run like 5 trains. It's absolutely insane. Right, now put in some block brakes here. So we can hold 3 trains at the end so it can stack. I like sitting on the edge of Skydrop. Yeah, I did promise you, I did do Skydrop when we went the other day. And it was... okay. It's not the worst ride I've had on it. But I do think it is time... It's on its last legs now. It really is. But I did promise you I'd do it. But I couldn't get a POV because my camera died on me. Hopefully I should be fine though when I go Clacton Pier. I should have my replacement camera there. I sat on the back row on the Mighty Mega. Yeah, back row is definitely the best. Either very back or very front. It's the best for Mini Mega. Because you just get... It's just so small and compact. You just get absolutely whipped around the entire layout. I love Mini Mega. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of track. And now let's just get this all nice and smoothed. I think that bit, the helix there, is going to pull quite a few forces, but we'll see. We'll see how many forces it pulls. Right, there's the piece of track. Right, let's give it a POV. Let's plop 3 trains on here. They shouldn't ever stack, really. We'll see. And let's ride our shuttle loop. We're going to need a name for this ride as well. So make sure you pop down in the chat what you'd like this ride to be named, and we can get that named. Here we go. So 5 Gs on that loop. That's insane. But I think it does pull like 4 Gs going through the loops in real life. I mean, this is just hauling around the layout. Something else I'd like to see in Planet Coaster 2 is Valiant. With Valiant being an option as well. Just kind of popped in my mind. I like it running different speeds throughout the day. Like the ride running slower in colder weathers, warmer during the summertime, and it running quicker. I think that would be quite cool to have. There we go, look at that. Okay, why is that going around at 20 miles an hour? Look at that, brilliant. That's on the front on Kiddie Coaster, it was cool. Oh yeah, I love Kiddie Coaster. Best rides I've ever had on Kiddie Coaster. I had the whole train to myself for like 7 laps, and I just kept lapping it. That was great. It was just me on there. It was so much fun. Right, place exit. I feel like the exit isn't going to go there. I'm going to plop the exit there. And let's get a bit of a path coming in. So I think for this ride, the queue's going to have to kind of come along here. I don't know why it's not letting me build it there. That'll be why. We might struggle a bit on this. I do think... Yeah. How are we going to get this out? Okay, I think I know what I'm going to have to do. I went to the American Whip when I was 11. It was fun, certainly not on my list. Yeah, the American Whip used to be cool when I was a kid. And I went on it maybe like 2 years ago. And it's a lot smaller than when I was a kid. I think it was better when I was a kid because I was smaller. And it was quite uncomfortable. But it's still a classic. They just have so many classic rides there. And it's like going to be hard for them to try and get rid of some, but they need to get rid of some. Like that's why I think Skydraft's going to be the next one to go. Plus they've got 3 drop towers now. That's a lot of drop towers for even for big parks. Let alone for a small seaside park, you know, so that's a lot. Okay, we need to stretch this out a bit more. No. She's can't about that far. Let's just smooth it. Went on Skydrop 5 times in a row back in October. That's a lot of times for Skydrop. That is a lot of times. See, I would have got bored of it after 5 times. But then I was the one that done the Swarm 18 times in a row. And I've done Stealth like 7 times in a row. But then that could just be because I'm not the biggest fan of Skydrop. Okay, that's not... Okay, it's let me build like that. That will do. Not the prettiest. It's really not. It's functional, and that's fine. That's all we need. And now let's get that connected up there. There we go, there's the exit path. And now let's get a queue line in place. Okay, we're now going to have to move the queue, front entrance, the queue there. Because the queue can kind of come under here like that. Because that will squeeze just about through these gaps here. Just like that. There we go. Now let's let it run a test cycle. Let's give it another quick ride. Let's do it on the chase cam. Just went straight past it. There we go. And then we can start putting in some more flat rides. And then depending on how our park's doing financially, we could build a launch coaster for the next one. But for the moment, we've just got 2 sort of standard layouts that you'd be able to get somewhat cheaply. Wooden coasters are cheap, and this you could probably buy second hand off of some park that's gone bankrupt. Do I like the disco ride? Which one's the disco ride? Adventure Island. I don't know which one the disco... Was that the... Oh, what? The Rambazamba, the Zamperla disco? I think that might be the one you're talking about. If it is, then yeah, I do. I actually went on it last time I went. I don't usually go on it, but I did go the other day. Because I went with my friend, He doesn't usually go down there, so we've done most of the rides there. Whereas usually I don't. I'll just sort of wander about. And it was quite cool going on some of the older rides. Oh my god, this lift hill has 0 support on it. 10 out of 10 for realism. That's not going to make it around the layout. That's going to valley. That's definitely going to valley. And it valleyed. Okay. That needs to be fixed. Massively. This needs to come higher up. Just so if it does end up stopping, it's not... I ain't going to have to close the whole ride. That's the only way to fix a valley train. I mean, that looks like that's going to kill people. There we go, that looks a bit better now. That bit there doesn't look too smart, but... kind of want this to sort of come in at about 5 miles an hour. So I've got to raise it even more, then I've got to raise it even more. Because then we can guarantee then that it won't valley. The workers there are so sweet. Yeah, they are. They're actually some of the best trained staff, actually, in my opinion, in any park in the UK. Okay, that's going through at 13. What can we release that at? 8. It might be tight, but if I can adjust the friction, we might be alright. Change it to 0.8 and let it test. Now let's see, what is our finances looking like? Let's let's just not look at that. And let's build a flat ride. What should we build? There's not really that many flat rides here, but I'm gonna go with one of these. These are the... I can't remember what the model is. I know it's made by Huss. I can't actually remember what the model is. There it is. Let's make it taller. Just like that. And just get an entrance and exit on it. Just to get some guests on another ride. And then we can start making some marketing campaigns then. And then we can even think then about starting to do some researching of different rides and things like that. Last summer when we went, it was superhero weekend, Halloween weekend. They were all dressed. We went, yeah, that they love that, don't they? When we went, it was Day of the Dragon, and they had a really cool dragon mascot out, and it didn't look like a cheap costume. It was like a proper deal. It was so cool. It was, yeah, that was really cool. Right, here we go. Now let's do some marketing. Let's just go for the big ones. Turn off auto renew. We don't want it to auto renew. But this seems to be making it around the layout, which is good. Even with this stopping there. Slowly, very slowly, but it's making it around the layout, which is good. That's what we need. Okay, this could probably do with 3 trains, but it seems to be doing fine at the moment. Now that we've got 2 coasters and 2 flat rides, we're going to need another flat ride. So let's add in a hurricane, which is just a sizzler. Fits perfectly right underneath a little underneath Woody. Let's place an exit around here, and then just connect to the path. These don't tend to do good. So the queue doesn't need to be super long. Like that will do. And then open that up as well. And now lots of... Oh my god, that's a lot of guests. Our park attendance has just like tripled. And then what do they think of this? Looks good. Thanks. I do think them 3 loops look really cool, I can't lie. We've got King Coaster doing it. A lot of people are going for this. Oh, a lot of people are liking Rising Raptor as well. Be honest, I do want to try Vertigo. don't put massive expectations for it. I think a lot of people dissed it when they first went on it, thinking it would be really thrilling and like a proper enthusiast mindset. Think of a family mindset and then you'll enjoy it. It's very good for the sightsees. I really enjoyed it, but then I had in my thought it's going to be a family drop tower. It's not going to be as intense as, say, Croc Drop. Theme Park 2030 is starting your Autumn Towers build soon. That'll be really cool. Let me know when you do that, and if you're live, I will come join on the stream. But we've got a bit of extra cash now. Let's build another coaster. Let's build a launched Vector, I think, or an SLC. No, let's go with a launch. Let's go with Copperhead Strike, actually. I prefer the look of the trains of Copperhead Strike. If it'll load, obviously. There it is. A bit higher up. Because I'm going to start it off with quite a good drop. Straight into the first launch. It's only going to be a little launch. We're then going to go into the classic. Is that as small as it lets us build it? 360-degree loop, which is on Copperhead Strike. That is a Mack Ride. Yes, this is a Mack Rides coaster. That needs to be a bit more to it. I don't really like that. I'm not feeling that, to be honest. I feel like it sort of drops down into a launch when it could just be upright into a launch. I think we need a bit of a warm-up into like a mental ejector airtime pop. And into like something like this. This isn't going to be massive. I might only just have 2 launches. My phone's just died. That had the chat on it. Oh no, guys. I will have to, I've got it on my computer over there. I'll have a look. Give me 2 seconds and I can check the chat. I'm going to have this as like a little bit of a wave turn. If you overbank it, when you smooth it, it will then be banked at a nicer angle. And now I can go into a bit of a drop. This then goes into the launch. Mack Rides aren't known for quick launches, so I'm going to set this to about 5 meters a second. And then to build a long launch track. That accelerates about as quick as Icon. If you could even call it a launch. I feel like 13 has a quicker launch than what Icon does. I was really disappointed when I rode Icon, I can't lie. Right, let's have a look in the chat. Jessica, I doubt that it's missing on my screen. Let me put my phone on charge. Just so I can see the chats again. You know, give me a few minutes for my phone to turn back on and I'll be able to check out the chats. Let's quickly see how this rides. Yeah, nice ejector airtime hill to a pretty forceful turnaround into the wave turn, then down into a launch. So it does a pretty good job. Actually, I've changed my mind. Oh no, I can't. No, I can't build an Intamin. I was going to build an Intamin Blitz, but I ain't got that ride type unlocked yet, so I can't. That's the only thing I don't like about challenge mode, is that I can't build every single coaster type that I want. And that sometimes it can take ages just to be able to unlock that single ride type. I really love making Intamin Blitzes on here. They always come out really smooth. Okay, that's going to be like... There we go, my phone's turned back on. I'll be able to read your comment in 1 minute, Jessica. Who's on this chat stream as well? Let me know if you're watching. Just pop behind in the chat if you are watching. There we go. I want this to be non-inverting, as Mac love making non-inverting ones, but this is going to be quite an intense one. Right, let's see what you said, Jessica. Make my phone start to turn on. It's on 1%. How great. Oh my god, it's not. How have we been live for an hour and 20 minutes? Oh my god. Right, there we go. Right. I had a thought about how they should get rid of Drop and Smile, because the kids would probably think, yeah, Drop and Smile. That means they've got 4 drop towers. I forgot about Drop and Smile. Oh my god. Because kids would probably think Skydrop is cool, but then I know they need kids drop ride for the toddlers. Hope it don't valley like Hyperia from Themepark 2030. I hope it don't valley either. But yeah, that's very true. That means they've got 4 drop towers. They need to get rid of at least 2 of them. I think, yeah, get rid of Drop and Smile. And get rid of Skydrop. Because then you've got the small one and Adventure Inside for the smaller kids. And then you've got the Vertigo for the bigger kids. And they're both made by SPF Visa as well. So they both sort of would be easier to manage, easier to operate, because, you know, they share each other's parts. Right, come on, let's bring this around here. Then let's bring this down here then. Just like so. It's very low to the ground, this. Yeah, I think trims very much may be needed. Some quite intense trims, I think. Because I want this to kind of crawl over the top. Then I want the rest of the layout to not be too quick. I want it to be... I want to go Alton Towers, Jessica. Yeah, Alton Towers is really good. Last time I went was in June. I plan to go again once more before the end of the year. Jessica said as well. Yeah, they got that trim breaker sorted that right out. At Southend, I want to get Candy Rock and the red candy dummies. I haven't actually had any Candy Rock from Southend before, but I'm going to assume it tastes very similar to sort of the ones you can get everywhere. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. It's like, nah, it's just not for me. Let's bring in sort of like a 0G rolly thing. Sort of like a 0G roll, but then more of like an inline twist. Sorry, heartline roll, because it's kind of going down a bit, but not really. What coaster should I build first? 13. Get that drop track done. I don't know if you know how to do drop track, but it's pretty cool, drop tracks in Planet Coaster. But it would probably be easier in Planet Coaster 2, to be honest, when drop tracks actually become part of the game. I think I'm going to start to bring this down now into the station. I'm going to build, I know exactly how I'm going to put this into the station. I want this to run 2 trains. This doesn't really need 3 trains. I want chips smothered in curry sauce and sirloin battered sausage. Oh, you're making me hungry, guys. You're making me hungry. I'm so hungry right now. As soon as I finish this stream, I'm gonna go make myself some food. But I want this to do like a dive loop, Immelman into the station. Because then this path can then come under. And that would be really cool for the guests to interact with. Kind of reminds me a bit like, what's the ride at Dollywood? The Eurofighter they've got there. That ride really makes me question everything from what I've seen on POVs. Oh, let me know if you guys know what one I'm talking about and if you know what it's called. Because I just can't remember now. My mind's gone completely blank. No, I don't know how to do drop track. How about I do Nemesis Reborn? Go on and give Nemesis Reborn a go. And I've done drop tracks before. They're not too hard to do. I've got one main ride that I remember doing a drop track for. It was one of the most themed rides I'd built before I built Apocalypse. I built like a whole storyline behind it. And it was like an adventure themed one where you had to try and beat a curse. And yeah, it was really cool. I feel like I'm going to need to put in a launch before this goes up into here. So all these sort of curvy bendy bits are going to have to go. But let's see. Because I could easily put in a small launch there. Let's just see what speed it takes it at. Yeah, it's definitely going to need a launch. You know what? Oh, I won't let me build the launch there. Why? Why, Planet Coaster? Okay, this bit I'm going to have to turn into a bit of a launch track. Dum, 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 dum. For those of you that love my amazing Planet Coaster singing, I'm craving chocolate cake. I don't ever really crave chocolate cake. It gets very sickly for me. I'm not a big chocolate cake lover. And I'm not a massive chocolate lover either. Which makes no sense why I spent so much money on chocolate when I went to Cadbury World. I spent so much money on chocolate. But, to be fair, most of it was for my family. But still. This launch is going to be pretty pointless, though. So it's going to get it back into the station. But it doesn't really do anything afterwards. But I feel like that's a long enough layout as it is. So I don't want it to be too long. But at least then the park can call it a multi-launch, you know. A bit like saying the big one is 213 foot tall. Or 230... What does it say? It's 235 and it's really 203, 213 or something. So measure it from sea level. Yeah, great one, Blackpool. I love cake. See, I like sponge cake. I'm not a big fan of chocolate cake though. Chocolate cake is too sickly. But I'll eat it. If it's there, I'll eat it. I will never turn away cake. There's a bit of a launch now. There we go, that's a pretty good launch, that. Quite intense as well for a Mac. You got that last inversions from Time Traveler. What, this bit here? Is it on Time Traveler? That's the Extreme Spinner, isn't it? I haven't actually... I actually don't even know what layout that's got. So if it's very similar, then that's pretty cool. Because it's Mac and it's... I suppose it adds a bit more realism to it. If you could say that. But let's get this all nice and smoothie. So I felt like it took them turns a bit too aggressively. So I might need to fix that. Yeah, that took that way too aggressively. I need to smooth that out a bit. It's not, I've got no heart lining. You guys may think it's gross, but we're on chocolate covered bacon. They sell it at state fairs. Chocolate covered bacon? That's actually a thing. Oh, I don't know if I'd like that. It sounds like it could be nice, but then it sounds like it could either be really nice or really rotten. I don't know which one it would be. I'm leaning towards it would be really rotten, to be honest. It doesn't sound nice. Well, I do love bacon and I do like chocolate, so... I don't know. Come on, Planet Coaster. This will probably be the last ride now I built, and then I'll shoot off. I've been live for an hour and a half now. That's quite a long time. quite a long time to be live. It took me ages trying to set out because I tried to go live on TikTok. Your reaction. I'm just not. It just doesn't sound nice. It does not sound nice at all. But yeah, I'm gonna try and go. I tried to go live on TikTok so I could stream this on YouTube and TikTok, and it just did not go well at all. Right, let's try and get this smooth a bit. I feel like it's gonna be a bit too intense, but at least it's got heart lining, so it should be a bit smoother. Maybe intense, but it should be a bit smoother. Right, but let's see. Let's give this a POV, and then I can connect all the queue line then in the next episode. Just installing virtual towers online. Oh, I love virtual towers. They're so cool. The detail. That airtime hill, that feels like that would be a nice pop-up ejector. And then into a little... into the... Yeah, that's way too intense. But oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort that out. That is a bit too intense, isn't it? But how does it only accelerate at 5 meters a second, but yet it's that intense? I can't even add a launch here. Do you know what, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to add the launch here. Literally right before it goes into the station, just because it's just too intense. I'm trying to keep this... I like to build my parks and my coasters realistic, and that would not be realistic at all. So now if I add a launch section here, if I remove the banking, I can make this bit a whole launch. And it can launch underneath the path. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And now let's get this going around here. Because now this should be going a lot slower, so it won't pop as much. Oh, in fact, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort of bring it around like a helix. Just make it the layout a little bit longer then as well. Oh, that's too much, just too intense. And then bring this down then. Although I feel like this might struggle to get to this height. Then this drop will be pretty cool just before the end of a ride. You don't really tend to do big drops before the end of rides. A drop, a launch, and then into the station. This would be quite unique. Now let's just auto snap it down. That's done a pretty good job. Now let's smooth this out and see how it does. Well, of course the banking's all gone. This is something that really annoys me with Planet Coaster, is that it can't keep the banking when you smooth it. It's so annoying. Right, let's see how this runs. For the final coaster now for tonight's stream. That's some ejector. Into the first launch, where you cut through some supports. Because why wouldn't you? Another nice bit of airtime there. Quite a short layout, really. And then for the final launch, it then sends you into the station. I feel like that should be a little bit longer, but it has got 2 launches in it, and it's, I would say, pretty cool. But yeah, just remembered that Rage takes pictures. Yes, it does. It does take photos, so you can get a photo on it once you are finished on the ride. But I am pretty much going to have to sum this video up now. Well, this live stream. We've been at live for an hour and a half. That's quite a long time to be live for. So let's get this park saved, and then yeah, we can finish this stream here. But yeah, I would like to thank you all guys for sticking around for the stream. If you haven't already, make sure that you do hit the subscribe button. If you hit the subscribe button, it should pop up on the screen saying that you're subscribed. So yeah, but I would like to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did like this live stream, make sure to like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. We've got plenty of vlogs coming up. We've got Gold Rush opening as well, which is opening on Friday. I'm very excited to do that. So yeah, just as a last POV then, we'll do a POV of Woody, the wooden coaster we've got, just before we end the stream. So, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like this stream, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. Once again, saying it, because yeah, why not? So let's go do a quick POV of Woody, their first wooden coaster to come into this park. So, let's go. Thanks guys, bye.